Okay, um, this has bothered me for a long time. We've all been told that if you go to a restaurant or whatever, a hotel, if you take a taxi or an Uber or whatever, you have to give a tip, right? No matter what the occasion, no matter in what place or establishment, no matter the service, uh, you have to give the employee or the worker a tip just because. Just because they're there, just because they're breathing, and just because they have a pulse, right? And I don't want anybody to think that I'm some sort of Scrooge, that I'm some sort of cheapskate, you see, because I hand out tips, backsheesh, when people deserve it. Like a couple of years ago, I bought a couch online, and when the guy came along, you know, I said, "Yo, bro, like help me carry this fucking couch in my room because I can't do it by myself." And he did. And let me tell you, I gave him a fat tip. Like 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 more than decent, okay? Because the dude helped me out. He did more than what was expected of his job, right? More than his requirements, right? And let me tell you, most employees are so jaded and they're so indifferent that they don't even have the courtesy to be decent human beings. They don't know how to be polite. They don't even know how to reply to your hello, right? They do their job in the most uh, basic bitch made way, right? They barely do their jobs. It isn't inadequate, and yet still it is demanded of us to give them tips because otherwise there must be something wrong with you. You're not generous. You're a cheapskate, and I do not agree with this. Right? Most employees in the restaurant business, in hotels, I mean, chauffeurs, whatever you want to call it, they barely do their fucking jobs. They barely do what is expected of them, and they do it in the most fucking cheap and lackluster, subpar way possible. Right? You go to a restaurant and the fucking waiter has to walk like 5 meters back and forth to bring you your fucking soup, and you gotta give him a tip. I mean, for what? Like for what? I mean, I mean, th- there were countless occasions where the waiters were just these fucking bitter, fucking sour people that treated their customers like they were bothersome. Like, what the fuck are you doing in this fucking restaurant, bro? Like, this was their expression. Like, like their expression told me that it was a chore for them to listen and take your order. Right? And let's not mention, yet again, I have to repeat myself, that most of them cannot even, they do not have the character to reply to your greeting, right? And that is why I go out of my way to say hello to everybody. That's how I test people. If they do not have the capacity to even reply to a hello, these people are trash. They belong to the streets, and they don't deserve a financial tip. For what? For what? They're acting as if I'm a burden to their business, even though I'm bringing profit, right? This is how I am. If I have a wonderful experience, if I am treated as if my presence is wanted in this establishment, then I make it rain, boy. But this happens rarely. Rarely. I make it rain rarely because most employees are absolute garbage, subpar, lukewarm, milk toast, lamos that shouldn't have been employed in the first place. Back in the day, there was a period when somebody got hired where you tested how they behaved with their customers. So you, as the boss, would observe for a month or a couple of weeks how your employee, behaved in the presence of employees. And if they were being impolite, rude, obnoxious, etc., you would fire their asses. Of course. Right? Think about restaurants and fucking hotels or whatever where you just want to go and relax or whatever, and you have to deal with these fucking nitwits with bad attitudes that treat you like you're a burden, like you understand what I'm telling? I think a lot of people have experienced this, and because they were pressured by society to give tips, they gave tips even though they did not deserve it. Okay? An example. I use taxis a lot every month, right? I make my grocery shopping, right? I have a big ass fat backpack and at least two like big ass bags, if not more, filled. Like I got a couple of fucking kilos on me for sure. 20, 30 kilos. I buy everything, right? I grocery shop once a month and I buy everything. So I got a lot of baggage. So usually I call the taxi, no matter what company, no matter who is the driver, male or female, doesn't matter. And motherfucker sees me. I'm carrying, right? I got fucking bags everywhere. My hands are full. Motherfucker doesn't even get out of the car to fucking pop the trunk, right? Doesn't even do that. And I'm fucking carrying a fucking, store on my back, right? I got fucking 5 bags filled, right? 50 kilos. This motherfucker won't even step out of the car to ask me, sir, do you need assistance? May I help you? Should I help you? Right? Can I help you? Right? Motherfucker doesn't even pop the trunk, bro. And they expect a tip. And yet again, a lot of times they don't even reply to hellos. They shrug their shoulders and grunt. I'm like, bro, you better call a colleague. I'm not feeling this vibe, bro. Right? So I don't hand out tips to these fucking cretins. They're sourpusses. Right? I don't have time for your fucking bad attitude. We all have hardships in life. We all have to deal with bullshit. When you're on your job, for the love of God, this is advice to all employees, please behave in a cordial, polite manner. Because this is a very important ingredient that could earn you a decent tip or even a fat tip. So if you are a fucking nitwit with a bad attitude, you're not going to get any cash. Not even a coin. If you're going to get a coin, I'm just going to flick it at your fucking eye. Right? I mean, bad attitudes. It's like these people imagine that only they have to deal with fucking, hardships, obstacles, shortcomings, right? And everybody else is like living the high life in luxury. It isn't so, friends. Please behave as normal, decent human beings. And let me tell you, what a lot of you employees, waiters, drivers, bellhops, whatever your job is, if you behave in this way, impolite, rude, obnoxious, a sour face, right? You're gonna earn yourself a terrible reputation. And because you have a terrible reputation, you will, by default, earn your place of employment a bad reputation as well. So this is what's gonna happen. When a group of people are gonna be on the streets wondering, well, where are we gonna go to eat? And somebody points at your place of business and they're gonna say, whoa, let's go here. I'm gonna be the one that say, nah, this place only hires pieces of shit with bad attitudes. Okay? We're gonna go someplace else. In that place, those people, they know how to treat their clients, their guests with respect. And let me tell you, those motherfuckers that know how to smile, that know how to be decent human beings, they're gonna earn fat tips. Okay, and you're gonna earn nothing but a bad reputation, right? Again, if you did this back in the day, if you had a bad reputation and by default gave by proxy your place of business a bad reputation, you would be fired immediately. And because of your bad reputation, because business people know each other, when you go to get yourself hired and have an interview in another place of business, that employer is going to look at your records and remember, oh, I talked with that guy from the restaurant. He told me that you're a fucking bad employee, bro. He told me that you treat your fucking clients like shit. I mean, get the fuck out of here, right? And that is how you will not be able to find a place of employment. So, I mean, let's not talk about tips anymore. The fuck? Right? Here's a tip, right? Conduct yourself as a decent human beings and interact with your clients slash guests in a cordial manner, maybe even smile. It won't kill you, and that is how you will earn the good reputation. You'll be presentable, and if you have this charming atmosphere, easygoing and yet professional, clients will keep coming back. They will enjoy themselves. They will enjoy your company. They will enjoy how you serve. And when you're gonna pick up the check, you're gonna find yourself a nice fucking tip. Okay? Okay. All of you drivers, Ubers, chauffeurs, cabbies, when you see that the one that called you has luggage, for the love of God, step outside, pop the trunk, and even help that person with their luggage. Okay? It won't fucking kill you, bro. Okay? It won't kill you. It's called being polite. It is expected of you. Okay? It is expected of you. And because you behave in this matter, that if you're helpful and professional and a decent human being, that is how you will earn a fat tip. Okay? And for those who wonder why they're not getting any fat tips, it's not because all of your clients are cheapskates. Some of them are. Most of them don't like you, bro. They can't stand your guts because you're a rude, obnoxious person with a fucking sour attitude. Fuck out of here. That is why you're fucking not getting tips, okay? That is why you're struggling, and that is why your other colleagues are getting far more tips than you. Okay, there's no reason for you to be jealous. It is because they know how to behave in a professional setting. Okay, they understand what is required of them. Okay, they understand. It is because of you. You are the face of your place of business, and because you have this negative, sour attitude and atmosphere around you, the whole place will be infused by it. Okay? And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, businesses go out of business and nobody makes any money because of trash people with bad attitudes. So here's a tip, okay? I'm not a cheapskate. I reward those who are eager to help. Okay? Here's a tip. Maybe you should correct your fucking attitude, correct your fucking mindset, and conduct yourself as an adult in a professional manner, in a professional setting. How about that? I mean, people people today are fucking whack, bro. Right? Right? People have no fucking class whatsoever. They have no good taste. They have no idea, no clue what it means to be polite or cordial or courteous. They don't know anything about that, right? They imagine that if they are present and they breathe and their heart beats and they have a pulse and they maintain a normal temperature, then they believe that this is enough to earn a fat backsheesh. It isn't so. Okay, now talk about rude. This weekend I traveled by bus, okay? By bus and train. But in the bus, there was this clown next to me on the right, and you know what he did for half an hour? He was sucking on some sort of mint, right? And let me tell you about self, like, there was no awareness whatsoever. He was doing this, like sucking invisible dicks, right? This person had no self awareness. He was doing this, sucking on a mint for half an hour, and he thought that this was completely normal. This is what you do in a public setting, right, with a bunch of people around you, right? Right? He thought that this was normal. Workers in professional settings think that it is okay to be casual, laid back, right? Lackluster, lukewarm, childish, and rude. It isn't so, okay? Most workers, unfortunately, do not deserve their tips, and I will not be pressured by anyone to hand out my hard earned cash for people who do their jobs poorly in a poorly fashion, right? You will never get my money. Period. So maybe you need to work on yourself a little more. Let me tell you, if I were your boss and saw you behaving like this in front of our clients, which are the ones that are responsible, right, for our prosperity, if you behaved like this and I was your employee, I would fire your ass in 2 seconds. Get the fuck out of here. You do not belong in this professional setting. Okay? And I have to repeat myself, you are not the only one with personal, intimate problems. Everybody has problems. Okay? You leave your problems at the door when you go to work because there are certain criteria that are expected of you. If you have some serious problems, maybe you should take a day off. Okay? Because of your bad attitude, you will embitter other people. And nobody wants that. Okay? That's about it. Okay? If you want to support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. The links will be down below. Thanks for watching. See ya.